wifi 3 juta ya kan, dalam waktu setengah bulan atau berapa itu. Aku berpikir ya udah aku tak beli wifi, pasang wifi, terus beli alat-alatnya, dipisah traffic dan lain sebagainya. Akhirnya nggak remote. Udah pokoknya itu berapa orang ya di sini, biasanya dalam satu hari itu ada sekitar 15 orang kayaknya atau enggak 10 orangan. Nah itu pokoknya per hari dari wifi-nya doang tuh dapat 20 sampai 30 ribu. Di situ
Emang
tuh
lu jual
Hah?
berapa, Rich? Lu jual
Jual
berapa untuk
3.000.
wifi-nya?
Kalau dibilang 3.000 per hari enggak ya, aku ngasihnya cuma 10 jam.
Tapi kalau ada sistem nih, kalau saran dari gua aja ya, kalau misalkan routernya ada untuk bisa ngatur speed per orang, lu bisa atur kecepatannya itu masing-masing paket tuh berapa. Misal ada yang bayar 3.000 kecepatannya berapa, ada yang bayar goceng kecepatannya berapa. Seingat gua tuh ada sistemnya,
Iya
bahkan ada
ada.
yang jual udah
Nah
jadi.
aku juga berpikirnya kayak gitu. Cuman kayak gini. Aku sekarang kan masih ini ya, masih 35 Mbps gitu kecepatannya.
Oh ya, 30.
Nah, teman-temanku juga masang di sini, tetangga-tetangga. Mereka kan kayak main ML dan lain sebagainya, punya punya inilah istilahnya. Orang-orang di sini tuh meskipun kampung-kampung punya sawah anjir, punya lahan
Ya,
ya istilahnya warisan lah. Jadi mereka pasang juga. Itu sama, Cok. Cuman mereka lemot ya karena tadi itu aku berpikir kan kalau nggak pakai pemisah traffic kayak gitu bakal lemot banget gitu ya. Dipakai orang banyak. Nah, ini aku dipakai sampai 15 orang aja masih lancar.
ya
Makanya itu
masalahnya bisa
eh
trafiknya aja sih. Yang
nah
paling
ya.
penting tuh dari pusatnya dia ngalirin tuh tipenya kayak apa gitu, kayak kayak up to atau emang stabil di setiap device dia berapa speed gitu. Dan yang paling penting lu pakai router atau mikrotik yang mungkin bagus lah mungkin, yang penting
Nah,
sih
ya
itu.
makanya itu. Ya itu pokoknya gitulah. Kalau masalah dibilang aku orangnya udah kaya enggak, dibilang udah bener-bener lebih dari cukup enggak. Ya pokoknya ada lah, Cok. Misalkan aku pengen jajan, pengen makan apa gitu. Per hari itu selalu ada duit yang ngalir gitu. Jadi kayak keolah lagi gitu. Semuanya itu masih terbilang kayak normal lah, istilahnya aku tuh kerja gitu ya kan, kerja di rumah. Kalau misalkan
Ya
dibandingin sama Bang Jimmy gitu tadi ya, kalau dibanding kayak Bang Jimmy aku nggak tahu ya. Bang Jimmy soalnya seminggu itu banyak dia, Cok, 3 juta atau berapa. Sedangkan dia itu malas-malesan tuh ngerjainnya. Emang sih sekarang ya kalau kata aku, kalian tuh punya ijazah apapun ya, ya minimalnya punya sarjana lah, Cok, kuliahan gitu. Itu
ya
cuman
nggak
mentok di
menjamin
ini,
sih,
Cok. Cuman mentok di karyawan aja.
nggak menjamin sih, soalnya tetap aja dari misalkan ya kita meskipun ya kayak orang-orang temen gue yang sarjana gitu kan, ya mereka kalau misalkan nggak punya skill, nggak punya pengalaman yang bagus gitu, misalkan karena di kampus kan ada misal project dari dosen untuk kerja atau apa magang, itu kalau mereka nggak ambil terus mereka ngelamar kerja ya bakal susah, yang mentok-mentok jadi karyawan karena mereka nggak ada pengalaman sama sekali. Cuman apa si itu perekrut orang itu rata-rata lihat tuh dari ijazahnya, mereka tuh suka lihat itu, ya udahlah ini orang nih S1 di bidang apa, ya udahlah mungkin orang ini bla 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 gitu, meskipun gak ada pengalaman juga dibayar aja, diambil. Mereka ya sekarang Indonesia gitu, karena ya negara kita kan orangnya banyak gitu loh, gila itu cari kerja itu gila banget, makanya
Iya,
sekarang banyak yang apa, yang kuliah tuh ngambil yang bisa kerja dari rumah aja gitu, yang kayak bisa kerja dari apa luar negeri, orang-orang luar negeri kayak
iya
gitu.
tuh kayak Bang Jimmy kan sistemnya sistem remote ya.
Ya, ya
Dari
kayak gua aja sekarang gitu kan. Gua juga kan cuman ya, tapi kalau sekarang lagi sepi aja. Kadang kan ada project untuk website segala macam kayak gitu ya, orang luar yang beli gitu. Ya menurut orang luar kan murah gitu kan, tapi kan kalau dolar ke rupiah kan
I
gede gitu,
do worry
lumayan.
about the well-being of my retinue
Mereka cuma
during my
bayar berapa
impromptu
ratus dolar
absence.
aja kan
I'm
untuk
sure the
kitanya
good
gede
people of
gitu
the
kan.
Adventurers Guild are
Lumayan
absolutely fine, main Fräulein.
gitu. Paling sih kalau misalkan bisa ngedit atau segala macem, mungkin nanti ya kalau gue ada relation atau apa, nanti gue kasih tahu lah mungkin. Kalau bisa ngedit gitu, lumayan kan gitu. Sebenarnya nggak, kalau untuk editing itu kan nggak harus punya sertifikat kan, nggak perlu lah karena kan kreativitas itu mah. Itu bisa lah asal biasa aja. Karena gue juga kan kuliah nggak jurusan editing, tapi kok malah gue terjunnya ke editing gitu. Kayak gitu. Gue tinggal masuk organisasi aja yang ada di
May the
kabupaten gue
glory
di
of the
sini, gue ikut.
princess bring light to this
Udah.
world.
Gue belajar dari mereka, gue ikutan project bantu-bantu doang awalnya gitu. Ya pada akhirnya gue kepake, ya udah ngikut terus sampai sekarang. Proyekan segala macem itu aja. Tapi kalau misalkan ada yang gitu, Riz, lu coba ikutan deh gitu. Kau tahu kan ada peluang, kita nggak tahu kan.
Hanya itu udah aman.
Gua ya cari change aja peluangnya lah. Dan sekarang aja kan, lu kan sekarang bisnis wifi nih ya. Untuk beberapa tahun kemudian itu si Iqbal juga kan sama nih. Awalnya kayak lu gitu kan, bisnis wifi gitu. Tapi sekarang kan wifi udah mulai diakses banyak orang dan murah lah ibaratnya kan. Ada yang paketnya sampai 5 Mbps doang gitu kan udah bisa dapet gitu kan wifi yang harganya cuma 100.000 sebulan gitu kan. Itu udah ada gitu. Jadi mungkin untuk wifi mungkin lu bisa stay itu pada saat kecepatannya udah gede mungkin. Tapi ya itulah. Mungkin nggak akan terlalu lama banget sih. Tapi ya lu bisa upgrade lah nanti buat apa kayak buat warnet mungkin.
Tapi
Ya.
ini Cok, kalau kafe kayak gitu loh enaknya karena mabarnya gitu. Bukan karena
Ya
wifi-nya.
bisa. Buat mabarnya ya
Gitu.
bisa. Kalau buat kafe mending gua saranin tuh ya sederhana aja lah menunya yang dijual. Sederhana aja, yang penting tuh orang nongkrong aja, yang penting orang tuh ada gitu aja. Ibaratnya jadiin tempat base camp orang-orang ngumpul aja gitu loh. Bisa gitu aja. Soalnya di sini juga gitu, ada satu warung nyediain wifi gratis. Jadi orang tuh ngumpul nge-wifi dia gratis, tapi dia kan warung nih. Orang nongkrong ya pasti jajan gitu. Dan warung itu nggak pernah sepi gara-gara ya wifi-nya kenceng gitu loh. Orang pasti nongkrong semua di sana sampai malam. Gitu.
Jir, bahkan live streaming Jir. Cok, baru pulang kah bahkan bukan sih. Live streaming tengah malam.
Oh iya, gue mau cek yang streaming YouTube kan siapa dah.
Treasure hunting, a valiant endeavor.
Siapa yang live?
Nah, ini bahkan.
Kapan?
Ini aku lagi lihat nih.
Tipu-tipu kamu.
Oh enggak terang
Kucing.
bagus loh. Nggak ada YouTuber gede sih yang live streaming malam ini.
Pada tidur Jir tengah malam mah Cok.
Ada itu
Nggak, biasanya
lain.
Riz yang gede-gede tuh jam segini baru mulai sampai subuh mereka.
Si lain
Ya
itu
Allah. Hah?
Nanti
lain.
kalau udah bulan puasa, lu coba deh streaming dari jam segini sampai subuh.
Lem siapa bahkan?
Hah?
Lem siapa?
Hah?
Ya mana anjir, lem siapa Cok yang lagi live streaming?
Lain. Lu nggak tahu lain kah?
Gak tahu anjir, gak pernah ngikutin.
Parah ya.
Kalau yang genshin sekarang ada.
Tuh anjir enak gini anjir bahkan. Vertikal kayak gini enak Cok ngeliatnya di HP. Cuman enak
Lain.
kalau-
Action.
action.
Iya. Itu dia. 295.
Viewersnya kah?
3,
Mm-mm.
4.
Lebih kalah Cok sama Bang Hanif sama Bang Raka anjir. Mereka masih kecil aja viewersnya udah ratusan.
8, 9, 10.
Maksudnya?
Buset. Ada banyak
Mereka pakai ini mode short kayak gitu. Viewersnya banyak itu.
Soalnya muncul di beranda, Riz. kalau kita lagi scroll video short itu muncul streamers biasanya. Dan ada yang stay aja karena gabut. Gua scroll
Tuh.
short kan hampir 2 jam kan. Gua nemu hampir ada tuh 10 streamers tuh.
Ntar nanti kalau si Iqbal beneran kesini aja, berarti first subscriber
Invitation
gitu,
you see Iqbal.
first subscriber datang ke rumah guys gitu ya.
Iya, subscriber
Kasih
yang
gitu, Cok.
yang ngedukung lu terus ya kan.
Abis itu ntar kalau misalnya gua ke Jawa Timur gitu,
Time to
nanti
act.
ke rumahnya gua Alfa nanya.
Hati-hati Bang Afal. Nanti dicium loh. Cium loh masih dicium.
Dia lo suka loli anjir. Sama itu.
Riz, lu
Apa?
jangan berekspektasi apa-apa tentang si Iqbal ya.
Agak Cok. Dulu ini Cok siapa ya? Terus ada temen
Siapa?
satu lagi Cok, si Reja juga mau main katanya. Tapi dia nanti bulan puasa. Gak punya duit sekarang Cok.
Tahu nggak pada saat si Iqbal cerita ke gue gitu pada saat apa? Ceritain lu gitu pas interview
No, my
gua gitu.
sword.
Gue aja kagak lucu sih.
Shine down.
Soal gue nemu ini nih streamers nih. Yang waktu itu lu masih streaming game Resident Evil. Yang lu masih botak.
Kenapa tuh?
Gila. Dia bilangnya lu si botak ya.
Parah Cok.
Nih lihat salah nih, streamer si botak sih. Join sini ke live nya. Katanya gitu. Pada saat gua main ke rumah gitu.
Ntar kemungkinan besar sih Iqbal ntar ini coba kesasar aja.
Kemungkinan. Tapi tenang aja, si Iqbal kalau kesasar juga udah pengalaman kok. Soalnya dia pernah sasar sama gua di tengah hutan, cowok. Naik motor
Pasti
gua
gua
kan.
nge-gay.
Gila, itu waktu gua pulang Jamran, anjir masih Iqbal berdua pak motor.
Oh nge-gay ya.
Gua mau beliin tenda anjir. Harganya.
Stars. Share my knowledge.
Gua normal cowok, Iqbal yang nge-gay.
Sama ayah.
Hati lah, Iqbal tuh gay. Gua
Illusion
normal.
shattered.
Sama ayam jauh lebih nikmat.
Ini
Kata aja lu sama loli.
But a momentary distraction.
Enggak Cok, itu
Kepala
buat
kakak yang
rekomendasi ke si
jauh.
Sally aja Cok.
sih.
Sama papan cucian juga. Gas Riz, papan cucian Riz.
Tiba aku tidak tahu artinya ini Cok.
Apa?
Masih murni, masih ori.
Masih polos. Masih polos.
Iya Cok.
Masih polos.
Alah,
Masih seperti
palingan lu nanti lu gesek-gesekin gitu doang pakai tangan lu mungkin.
Iya. Ini kalau misalnya nyari cewek itu yang ini berapa? Yang lucu, tingkahnya
Take them.
gemesin.
I have no need.
Tapi kadang bikin kesel, Riz. Kalau kayak gitu.
Tabok aja solusinya.
Ya nggak gitu. Itu anak orang lu tabok anjir.
Kalau kurang ajar ya ngapain nahan-nahan terus, Cok.
Tapi paling nggak enak sih lu punya pacar wibu suka ke event dan dia suka tampil. Gua malu, Cok.
Ngapain Cok pacaran? Cok udah deketin aja anjir, pacaran itu berdosa.
Ngapain dosa?
Dosa lah Cok, lebih baik cuman deket aja gitu.
Lu
Kalau suka
kumpul kebo baru dosa.
sama aja anjir.
Beda
Itu
anjir.
Itu udah agak lain itu.
Beda.
Itu
Tapi
di Jawa
sekarang
Timur
udah
kan
nggak
banyak banget. Di Jawa Timur udah banyak anjir kumpul kebo.
Apanya yang banyak?
Kumpul kebo.
Iya kah? Lu mau kah?
Aku dulu pernah anjir sama kucing.
Anjir.
Bener
Gak
Cok,
expect.
kucing nggak boleh tidur anjir.
Beda dari yang lain.
Emang lah. Emang lah, tak betul.
Makanya dia ngechatnya di live chat tai kucing gitu. Sebenarnya suka itu sama tai kucing itu.
Iya,
Ada, Cok.
curiga lah emang.
Stres.
Tiba. Anjrit, Cok, lupa.
Apa lo? Lupa apa lo?
Kurang berapa minggu lagi ya ada bocin The Rock.
Wibu mulu kenapa nggak lu pasang, Riz?
Hah?
Wibu lu.
Ibu yang makai gimana?
Itu si siapa vampir itu. Vampir loli itu.
Itu tadinya pengen tak
Oh.
buat ini njir, pas buat spiral aja, buat signature ceritanya, atau enggak nanti pas mau ke bioskop gitu.
Apa anjir?
Kalau tak pakai. Iya,
Oh,
itu kan
pakaian
cara
lah.
kemarin.
Bukan.
Kemarin.
Itunya background lu. Background yang potret itu lo jir.
Oh, kenapa backgroundnya dipakai ini kan tira kemarin kan?
Iya.
Enggak, Jir. Kan nggak pantas dilihatnya juga.
Kenapa?
Karena
Kan-
aku nge-YouTube juga, aku bikin video short kayak gitu cuman ini bahwa nyari viewers, sebenarnya nggak guna itu, Cok.
Kan lu
Jadi kalau
juga
misalkan kontennya jelek,
kan lu juga itu nggak guna deh.
makanya, Cok.
Makanya.
Kalau udah gak guna jangan nggak guna lagi, misalkan itu jadi lebih baik lagi.
Stres.
Asli, Cok, aku jujur aja bikin short kayak gitu sebenarnya nggak ada efeknya, Bang. Efeknya mungkin banyak yang kenal, cuman kalau misalnya kontennya bahkan kurang bermutu gitu ya, kurang menghibur, mereka lari lagi jatuhnya.
Ya,
Cuman
soalnya
saya
kan ada konten kreator yang shortnya
Traveler in
bagus gitu kan.
Paimon. Good to
Dia
see you.
nge-live,
I
pas
knew you two would
live-nya
come,
Are you kidding?
burik cok.
but you're
Jadi
actually
kayak
right on
kan kalau
time.
di short dia bikin
The
video
audience
di
still-
dubbing gitu kan, kayak dia ceria atau apa, tapi pas di live itu kayak orang sakit aja.
bukan Cok,
Kadang
kayak
tuh nemu gitu.
ininya kualitas
The opera
hiburannya
house has
kan
assigned seating, so you
sama
always
ke
have to
YouTube
make
kan sama aja
reservations.
ini, Cok.
I've already
Lihat aja
reserved
di
you.
Facebooker kayak gitu.
Ooh, front row's
Don't mention it.
Libur.
There's no need to keep.
Orang-orang yang ini kalau misalnya
Hey,
punya
Lenny,
komunitas itu
would
bahkan
you come
kayaknya
over
lebih
here and take a-
gampang.
I'll be right there.
Soalnya
Seems
biasanya
there's an
viewers tuh
issue with
pengen
the
yang
stage
cari
props
yang
over there.
udah banyak viewers
That's-
gitu
Yeah,
ya,
we'll
terus
just-
pengen pamer-pamer flexing ya, terus pengen pansos ya kayak gitu lah, enak yang punya komunitas kayak aku dulu.
Ya paling cepet tuh ya punya apa, kenalan YouTuber yang udah gede, yang udah lama aja. Cepet itu.
Nah,
Cepet
fungsinya
naik.
video short ataupun live streaming short itu sebenarnya cuma memperamai aja banget, ngejar jam tayang, memperamai doang itunya. Kalau misalkan hiburan aku juga ngeliat ini ya, biasanya habis live streaming tak lihat lagi itu live streamingku sendiri. Apa anjir aku nggak jelas, apalagi aku ngeliat facecamku kayak ekspresiku itu kayak nggak niat live streaming gitu loh.
Ya
Males
kayak orang
ngantuk kadang.
baru bangun anjir lu.
Nah ya ngantuk,
Kayak orang
tapi viewersnya
Orang
masih
baru
tetap
bangun.
bertahan gitu.
Hey,
Viewersnya tetap bertahan. Nanti aku kalau misalkan
we
udah
should strike
bener-bener
up a
nyentuh
conversation with
di
the person next to us.
pokoknya
Since we're
bisa
sitting
inilah
together
istilahnya
and
tuh
the
udah bisa buka membership gitu.
Excuse me, I did not. I would be perfect.
Itu bakalan tak balik ke vertikal,
Wait,
ke
that's not it.
horizontal lagi,
Sorry.
karena yang paling enak dinikmati itu kan enaknya
Hey,
di
friend.
horizontal.
So you're nice to meet you. Paimon is Paimon and
Kalau
this is
buat
the
bang
founder.
kayak gini,
We just
It is an honor to meet you, and as
kalau
required.
buat
Oh,
bang kayak gini
Monsieur
mending
Nervillet. What an
udah
honor.
bener
Ah,
video shot dulu,
Mr. Lenny.
kan makin
Wait.
banyak yang chat,
Hmm?
orang-orang
I'm
ngiranya
so.
bahwa
Allow me
kenal
to
gitu.
introduce.
Ooh.
Bakal join.
No offense taken. And by the way, there's someone sick. I
lama-kelamaan
believe
juga
she is
bakal
trying. So I think you should take notice of her
bakal harus
sooner
improve.
rather than later.
Kalau aku udah punya ini juga sih
Eh.
komunitas.
Riz, mending lihat pahanya Furina.
Oh, it's Farina.
Nah,
Very
udah
good.
bosen sama
That
Genshin.
is for the best.
Huh?
No,
Huh?
Udah
So is
bosen
this
sama
what things
Genshin.
are like between the Chief Justice and the
Favorit
Hydro
dari
Icon?
All right,
the
please wait
bosom
just a
banget.
moment longer. I've
Oh
The
iya.
show's finally about to start!
gitu
Gue lupa lagi anjing gamenya. Tai, gue cari aja lah.
gitu
Never seen a
apa
real live
lu
magic show before!
apa ya istilahnya
Oh,
mengatai
iya.
siapa Bang Yarha katanya nggak berani deket-deket sama itu, tapi lu juga udah bosen
Sorry.
parah ya.
Belum liris juga ini haknya.
welcome one and all to the Opera Epicles. I am the star of
Pasti
today's
kalau
show,
punya istri
Linny.
pasti lu bosen juga.
And over here is my
Parah,
sister Lynette, who will be
Udah
working
lah.
as my wonderful assistant. Please.
Secara logika,
Hello,
aku tuh
everyone.
bilang-bilang kayak gitu biar nge-hype aja nama aku tuh jadi
Whatever.
berkembang.
Now,
Jadi
some
kan
of
aku
you may
punya
be
karakter
thinking,
sendiri
two
gitu
vision
kayak
holders
bagus
gimmick.
itu kan
so,
Cuman gimmick.
sering
gimmick
manggil
aja.
aku wah seriusku suka huta jadi kan menyebar ya
both Lynette
Biar
and
kemana-mana.
myself have removed
gitu
our
Pak.
own.
Kaput.
Now,
aku
Skin
nggak-
without
fetish
further
without.
ado, I know you
terlalu
might miss
juga.
her, but don't worry. Oh,
Itu skin
and
fetish
before,
without.
you never know what can happen.
tahu peduli juga
A
Cuman
magician's
gimmick
greatest skill
belaka.
Gas,
is
oke.
making things disappear or
terus main
appear.
Go.
The
Genshin kan aku
possibilities
udah pernah
are
cerita gitu.
endless.
udah pernah cerita di live streaming sebelumnya guys aku udah mau pensi Genshin ya aku capek drama terus dan lain sebagainya buat menghibur kalian aku pengen ganti ke game lain yang nggak bikin aku bosan. Aku pernah cerita kayak gitu di live streaming. Aku sebenarnya main Genshin ya, streaming Genshin itu cuma ada kebutuhan pengen jadi seorang streamer, pengen bertahan hidup biar
But this isn't what you
bisa tetap
came
live
for.
streaming kayak gitu ya kan. Jangan
These
sampai
little
kayak
tricks,
temennya Bang
You've
Alvan
seen them all before.
itu kan sampai
So it's
gagal
time
gitu
for
ya, padahal
something
pengen jadi
truly
streamer gitu.
extraordinary.
Nah, aku
Don't you
mikirnya kayak
think?
gitu. Biar nggak gagal
This
gimana
one's a
caranya,
little
terus
tricky.
akhirnya aku udah
Let's go.
Nah, ya, Cok. Ya meskipun pada akhirnya viewersnya drop lagi cok.
Using
Sayang.
this water tank, I shall make my sister vanish completely, right before your very eyes.
Enggak cok, bukan masalah algoritma. Kalau misalkan konsisten satu game itu benar-benar bisa bikin naik viewers sama ini. Jadi orang tuh kenal misalkan bahwa konsisten di
It's actually
Genshin.
quite simple.
Jadi orang tuh kenal bahwa
She'll
itu
just turn
streamer
into air
Genshin.
bubbles and float right out of
Ya,
the
itu
top.
kan tergantung gamenya juga, Ri.
Let's
Oh,
go.
no. I told them to check all the props carefully. With the lid on, even air can't escape. An amateur magician would be getting very nervous right around now. Luckily, it's me on stage, so let me show you what a true virtuoso can do.
Tabrakan nih suaranya.
Lynette, are you still there? Don't go too far. We don't want to use up all our magic.
Hi, I'm back.
Uh-huh.
Whoa! What in the world just happened? How did he do that? Herman didn't seem to do anything. Wasn't Lynette inside the water tank? How did she disappear and then reappear out of nowhere?
If we could see easily through his tricks, then that would mean that his skills are still lacking. To appreciate
Guess you're right.
Thank you everyone. But our magical journey has only just begun. I've prepared even more astonishing surprises for everyone. The magic of transformation and disappearance can go far beyond what you've just seen. I'm sure many of you, in which case, I have. So, for my next trick, I will please, if my assist, there are 2 boxes and only 2 boxes. One is here, I'm sure many of our lucky audience. Now, please.
Wow. Hey, do you think this is all magic tricks, or does Lenny have actual superpowers?
The lucky audience member will be generated by it selects numbers in top. Now then, let's begin. Let me please come forward. My assistant will take you. I'm sorry, it might be a little cramped inside, but no need to feel. You don't need to do anything, but no matter if the magic is interrupted.
Oh.
All right, like this: 60, 59. 58. I won't be able to see anything in the pitch black box. Oh, and no tricks now.
Ooh, Paimon kinda wants to count faster.
No, that won't do. I can see it in your eyes. You still can't. Come on, repeat. 60! That's right, perfect. Keep it going. Oh.
54, 53, why aren't you counting?
I am counting in my merely a consequence.
Oh, alright. You look so serious.
40!
Mr. Lenny,
Yes, I'm fine. It would be a distraction.
Even though he's saying that, Lenny doesn't... Ah! What was that noise? Did you hear it too? Not sure. Anyway... 25!
what's wrong, Mr.
I seem to have
Never mind the
No, that's
19!
it feels like you're all starting to count faster, but that's all right. I know 10 seconds and tick.
10!
Almost there now. Whew. Swapping two people is harder work than you might think. Even a master magician like me can't guarantee I'll get it right the first time. Hey, wait! Is this the back one? I can't tell. They both look the same inside. Huh? No, that's not it. I'll try again.
7!
Hey, slow down! Honestly!
5! 4! 3!
Whoops! That doesn't count!
0!
Ta-da!
What happened? Huh? Is this part of the show? Mr. Lenny, you're going to use...
What happened?
Oh no. Maybe this isn't part of the show. The girl with...
This performance is over. Medical staff with me. Guards, secure the scene and detain all the performers. Seal the exits. No one is allowed in or out at this time.
Yes, that's right. If this was just an accident, then we must investigate the cause. But
No need to be alarmed, you two. We'll get to the bottom of this soon enough. Unfortunately, the person who is in the magic box has been pronounced. Apparently, as of now, and after an initial it appears that this incident, and there are many indications.
That's the case that Charlotte mentioned.
I say that our powerful magician, Mr. Lenny, is now the prime suspect for the serial disappearance.
Huh? Why me?
Oh, this all occurred during your magic show, did it not? Now that I think of
That can't be right. He was in the box on the stage the entire time. Besides, before the show,
Save discussion for a later time, please. Lady Farina, may I...
I just think
But what Lady Farina said...
A kidnapping and murder carried out on...
that's right. I mean you, traveler. You'll support Linny. But with... So, no more draws. Between the two of us, there must be a clear winner and...
It wasn't a draw. She obviously lost last time.
I understand. Charges have now been pressed, and as such, a trial is in order. Well, traveler, seems Lady Farina has set you in her sights. But putting her dramatic rhetoric aside for a moment, I would like to ask you, are you willing to act as Mr. Linney's attorney and defend him in this case? Very well. The trial will be held a day from now in the Opera House. Both sides may investigate the scene to build their cases and search for the truth. Linney and his troupe are all potential suspects and shall remain within the Opera House. The audience may begin to leave in an orderly fashion once they have been cleared by the guards.
A day isn't that long. Let's see what kind of case this big shot outlander can build in such a short
Linny!
Sorry about everything that happened just now. Were you frightened?
Of course! Who wouldn't be scared after witnessing an accident like that?
Yeah, I'm a little shaken up myself. I know you already claimed that you would defend me, but now it's just us talking. Tell me, do you think I could possibly be the murderer? Good to hear. Thank you. I'm sure everyone sees me as the biggest suspect at this point. But if you ask me, the whole thing is mysteries layered upon mysteries, such that all that's left is confusion. I don't know whether what happened there on the stage was pure. As for how that girl chose, even a skilled and knowledgeable magician like myself couldn't pull all that off in just 1 minute.
Which is precisely why we need to investigate! As this book says, the impossible could not have happened. Whatever happened must have been that which is possible. Paimon bought them when we were reading at the bookshop in the city earlier. Pretty cool, huh? Don't worry, Paimon used her own savings to buy them.
I think they look cute on you, Paimon.
You have good taste, Lynette.
That's the right attitude. Feeling depressed, but with the guards watching our every good thing you agreed to be our attorney.
Yes, thank you so much.
Yeah, just leave it to since we're going to...
Oh, well,
The secrets behind our magic are past saving.
I suppose 'tis but if revealing, we should go somewhere.
All right, let's go have a look while the investigation team... Hello, officer. How's the investigation going?
Ah, I see. You must be the traveler that Lady Farina mentioned. Listen, I'll be perfectly honest with you. I'd avoid getting mixed up in this whirlpool of a mess if I were you.
Huh? What do you mean?
Come with me and you'll see. The deceased is one of Linny's assistants named Cal. Even though he hadn't joined the troupe long, he was hardworking and everyone generally liked him. The assistants are usually in charge of setting up and inspecting the props, as well as assisting with the show and keeping the crowd engaged. As you probably saw when you were in the audience, the water tank suddenly fell, and smashed the box with cowl. This is the real. However, if you look carefully, the box was positioned directly under the water tank. The ropes holding the tank were then burned by the pyrotechnics on stage, causing them to snap. All these factors lining up so perfectly makes, if anything, the more
But he doesn't have a motive.
Are you both good?
Well, you can't say we're good friends, but we've known each other for a little while.
So in just a short time, he was not only able to win your trial. I know I've seen a lot of cases, and I can tell you that. Sorry, Anyway, you may invest.
Hey, you! Yes, both of you. Oh,
Huh? You mean us?
that's right. If I'm not mistaken, you're also among.
Well, you're right on the more about that one, but who are you?
From Mediating Dispute, and I, Navia, have the honor of being its renowned president. Though those who play by our rules call me.
I'm Silver, her attendant. Pleased to meet you.
And I'm Melu.
Huh?
My apologies, demoiselle.
No need.
Okay.
All merely trifling details. Never mind. Now, that's right. Judging from the.
Really? We think so too. That's why we're looking for clues now. But how did you come to that conclusion?
Intuition, naturally. My unparalleled intuition. Farina sure was quick to point the finger at Lenny, but that's anyway.
Sounds more like you just...
Well, what's your opinion? All right.
Wait a minute.
Well, in your opinion, do you think it's right to treat a trial?
Well...
And why would that be?
Most astute, no matter how... And if that can be...
All right, that's quite enough, Maloose. Anyway, I like your answer. You passed with flying colors. Now, I need to make some preparations, following which our joint investigation shall commence. You two shall be my assistants.
Wait! Since when did we become assistants?
Oh, well, I can be the assistant. Sure. Or your companion, if you like. I'm really not that fussy.
That's more like it.
Far be it from me, you wish to...
You have a point. And what about you over there? What do you think? You seem like you've got some...
I have nothing to add.
Oh,
We'll be making some prep...
murderer was. They must have made preparations well beforehand. Whoever the murderer was.
Sorry.
Were you always
Yes. So the missing girl couldn't have left from here. I doubt.
How can you be so...
Well, I couldn't see but still, we Melazine.
So, it's safe to say... Alright, thank you for your help. Hello there. What are you investigating?
Oh, this location has also been cordoned off because the Magic Troop members are currently considered prime suspects. The investigation team, the seats were all booked in advance. So we... Sure, it's not... Her name is Halsey. Apparently, she's the Magic Troop member. Simply put, she wasn't related to the Magic Troop at all. That's how it seems to...
Okay then.
No need to be so full. It is of utmost importance.
Go ahead, have a look around. In the end, we're both after the truth.
I see that you're investigating the air. If you find any new...
We don't have too many thoughts yet. The FUD?
Yes, exactly. It's just that everyone was awaiting the results of Lenny's trick with bated breath. I'm of the opinion when the pyrotechnics...
Wait, was it?
Perhaps the balance wasn't right, leading to a particularly rough landing. Oh, that's true. I suppose I must reconsider.
That does remind Paimon, though. What was with that sound? So this is the rope that broke and caused the water tank to fall. The rope looks pretty durable. How can it be burned through so quickly by fireworks? curious, traveler. Whoa. Most of it was burned away, but there's still a little bit of it left. Huh. So if a rope... Wait! Whoever the murderer was, they might... Why would it be... Gosh. The performance would not have been visible for...
The investigation team has some new findings. Turns out there's an issue with the random number selector after all.
See, I told you. What if the machine picked some big guy's seat? You think the murderer would have still made his move then?
Sorry to interrupt, but we're helping Linny and Lynette with their side of the investigation. What were
You're trying to help them?
Linny used the machine. Well,
it turns out, I'm sure you already know. In other words,
that much...
let you see why I was saying it'd be tough to make a case for Linny.
We've checked everything of note here at the performance venue. Paimon wonders how Linny's discussion with the guards is going. Let's go see, shall we? Ooh, things are getting interesting, huh? We're about to see how magic is made.
Understood. Then I will be going with...
Very good.
You may spare the plot.
You've arrived. Who's this?
Me? I'm Spina di Rosula's guardian angel. If you've got a Sorry. And these are my companions. Would you mind?
Oh, no.
Well, let's just...
I appreciate your kind interest. Come with me. We'll be heading below stage.
Huh? Below stage?
Yes, a world of secrets is hidden beneath this magic box, prepared specifically for this switcheroo trick. But before I reveal everything, you should have a look first. Notice anything strange here? I'm not trying to be dramatic. Remembering the details of a trick will help you understand the methods used to perform it more easily.
Huh. Weren't there balloons and other decorations here? Where did...
Ah, good eye. That said, you're still...
The back?
Very good indeed. The back of this door was patterned. Those patterns are now gone, replaced by a smooth wooden board. So, if you put 2 and 2 together, what do you get?
So there was a passageway under the magic box!
I knew you'd figure out most of it as soon as you saw this place. The 2 magic boxes are positioned right above the 2 entrances of the tunnel. See this flatbed trolley? The box with the lucky audience member in it would be—
This trolley can rate. I see.
Precisely.
So that's how you—
Once the box was the audience member would only be able to feel some
Right!
Ah, yes. My assistant and I—
And what about— I was in the mezzanine.
Oh!
That's how we were able to coordinate Linny's—
I mean, we are and that's my—
So that's how it all worked! Wow! Every detail you revealed was more amazing than the last!
Lynette would briefly and then but as you saw, Cal was in the box, not our—
We really don't know.
If not for that and yet, could we have a look around?
This is the scene of the crime. So Linny and Lynette are not—
Yes, of course. No need to be so strict now.
Thanks, everyone.
Oh, these are her clothes are here, but she's no—
Right! And, this is—
The floor is wet. Please be careful not to slip.
Speaking of which, why would there be water here?
Oh! Hi, my nose! And here's a book. What is this place?
It seems someone could fit through it.
Huh. Could...
Alone, perhaps. But if they...
But there are no other ways. Oh, you're right. Let Paimon write that. What's it? Looks like a hook tied to the end of a rope. Huh? There's all kinds of odds and ends here.
Perhaps it was a prop for
whatever it. Seems we're just about done investigating down here.
Yes. Well, we've ascertained the state of the crime scene. Let's find a place to...
Apologies for the wait.
So, what did the guards say? Did the criminal escape?
They believe the guards have checked the...
So the tunnel's become like a secret chamber.
In other words, the...
Charges? And
that's right. This is how a trial goes in the Opera House. That's right. The statements from both, to put it simply...
This also precludes any kind of favoritism on the part.
Once both sides, then fine.
Huh?
In practice, there... yes.
Huh?
Because we've chosen...
They're concerned, and even if that were not...
I'm ready to break it.
Whoa, whoa!
Of course. I just hope you don't mind.
In that case, let's just sort out our findings together. I mean, what better way?
Huh. Breaking out suddenly doesn't seem like such a bad idea after all. Just kidding! Just kidding!
Hmm? What do you mean?
Huh?
Understood, mademoiselle. Everyone, please come with me.
Wait, you're carrying a portable stove with you?
Yes, I must be prepared to meet the demoiselle.
I have eggs, sugar.
These three are quite the interesting group. From the way you had these two guys carrying all that, but you ended up doing the...
I was applauding.
And I was giving encouraging...
Don't underestimate. Anyway, well, eating...
Tea is ready to be served as well. This is demoiselle's favorite. Strong black tea with a flop. No need for
All right, then. However, the magician twins...
Exactly! Why would they do such...
The flower vase and the... resulting in the shatter... Perhaps the criminal...
Paimon thinks that makes sense, but the real trouble is...
True, but...
Huh. Could Halsey have secret...
That's right. And even if she had, nor does she have...
Iya, lu ngapain voice di jam segini? Oi, halo.
Halo.
Please don't
Ngapain
worry
di jam
about
segini
it.
live kah?
At my age, a few less sweets might actually...
Iya, lu live kah? Jam segini, gitu.
Live kah?
Enggak, lu live kah?
Oh,
Live kah?
Making sure everyone gets 3 macarons.
Exactly.
Lu live
As you
kah?
wish.
And I have the egg,
Hello.
sugar.
Enggak, gua enggak.
Oke.
That's
Beli
it for snack
motor,
time.
jir.
I don't know. It would be...
Gimana, Pak?
It was nothing. A small task for the Spina di Rosula.
Bukan
Silver,
gua yang make
Malus,
sih paling.
it's time to go. I'll be back if I find any.
Maunya iPhone 16 jadi beli motor.
Alright, it's time to put our heads together.
Lebih aman
Gotta
santai.
get our defense ready for the trial.
Oke.
Oh, it's probably gonna be a long and difficult case. There's no point in worrying about that now. We just need to prepare.
Pakai double handset gak enak ya.
Paimon's notes. They should help you review the situation.
Pakai double handset buat lihat streaming orang.
Aku lagi live ngapain tas stream?
Hah? Biasa. Keliling.
Oh.
Lah kan
Kalau
kebetulan
ada yang GG.
sepi juga.
Kabarin kalau ada yang GG.
Gigi apa?
Kalau ada yang GG kabarin. Stream
Enggak tidur kah? Dim.
Enggak ngantuk gua, ntar paling. Tadi gua bangun jam berapa lupa.
Anjir. Apa ya, udah sejam yang lalu sih baru pulang kerja. Kok sejam? 1,5 jam.
Good plan. Boss? Just relax. Even if everyone else besides. Thanks, Navia. Best of luck to you.
Tapi enak sih beli motor dulu sih Van.
Finally, you're back.
Gue jadinya beli mobilnya nggak buru-buru gitu. Kayak udah bodo amat dikit.
Well, now, don't you all look
Lama nggak apa-apa.
That was to be expected. But
penting
don't
gua
let that stop you.
lumayan
I
balas
shall be
budi gitu.
terribly disappointed
Iya,
should you, my most anticipated foe, concede so easily.
Kan
Since
motornya
both
bukan
parties
gua
are
ya.
present, I declare that the trial regarding the magic show incident is now in session. Firstly, in order for the audience to understand the causes and results of the incident, could we please have
Gua
Mr.
make
Linney
paling kalau
explain the trick?
keluar bentar doang.
Yes, of course. I will explain while Lynette demonstrates on stage. All the
Enak sih
necessary
itu
items
motornya
have been prepared.
Motornya enak sih.
Oke, motor baru.
Thank you, Mr. Linney. In that case, I take your statement to be that you ran to and remained hidden within the magic box in the audience stands once the trick began, and thus could not have committed the crime. Is this correct?
Yes, that's correct, Your Honor.
In that case, I call upon the prosecution. Lady Farina,
Lu gimana
do
Van?
you
Live
wish
short
to
rame
refute
kah?
his statement in any way?
Live short
Why, of
rame
course
kah?
I do. Allow me to take the first shot and break this
Hasilnya
case
gitu, short
wide
gimana?
open. Mr. Linney is
Live vertical.
clearly lying. There is no way you could have been in the box the
Oi.
whole time if you were to abduct Halsey and murder Cowell.
That is simply your hypothesis.
Oh,
The roaring countdown of the
and you didn't hear.
No, no.
I see. But when the count reached 30
Kasih.
seconds or so, there was a thud. One so loud that I believe practically everyone heard it.
Huh?
Hey, hang on. Something's not right here.
Yeah, I'm sure he could have heard a noise that loud from inside the box.
I was right by the box, and I definitely heard the thud.
Look at those scales. Could those mean...
Well then, of course, I have armed myself to do far more than smash your alibi. Confidence cannot go unfounded, and tell me.
The House of the Hearth?
No wonder they did.
So the cereal
I've got a feeling that what...
That's irrelevant.
Indeed. Your first priority is to prove... The Outlander is speechless. My, oh my, don't they look flabbergasted? Now comes the... Oh, good thing I made all those preparations.
Hey, Linny, what...
Order! Order! First, when are these claims true? Please answer my...
I'm sorry. Yes.
Gas mulu anjir.
I knew it!
Well, that's it. We might as well move on to the sentencing already.
Kemana Van?
What should we do now?
Kenapa?
Gas kemana?
Granted.
Risking itu. Gas apek matanya.
In that case, what is your request?
Risking katanya bilang gas apek.
Order! Your request is...
So
Gas
in that
aja
case,
sih. Oke.
Nah terus
Gas aja sih.
gas Riz katanya
Well,
Riz.
this is awkward. I'm sorry, Traveler and Pipe.
yeah. We based our not to set the wrong.
I'm very. I know you've clashed, but our organization.
Right now, we want to see.
That's right. I knew if it weren't. That's why I didn't. The truth is very important, but being completely transparent about everything would. Right. You met a Fatooth, but still.
Sorry. Please forgive us.
Well, you both say that, but
Pepe.
Lu mau Apex kah?
Aduh, lucu lagi joki Jir.
right. Let's
Ya
hear
udah,
your
ntar aja.
answer first, and no
Ketidur
lies
kah
now.
Bang Jim?
Nggak tahu sih gua,
Of
kurang
course.
ngantuk.
I'll answer any
Ntar
question
paling.
you ask.
Kurang minat kah?
Iya,
We've been
kurang
trying to
minat
find out
tidur.
how the Oratrice operates. We
Wah,
want to
Cok
know
udah
why it
tamat,
has
Cok.
consciousness. Why can it deliver sentences accurately? During our investigations, we learned that the machine's core is beneath it. From that moment on, Lynette and I.
Is that why you needed a?
That's right. So after
That air vent was created during the construction of the
Joki
tunnel
apa, Riz?
specifically to execute this step.
Joki akun sendiri.
Well,
Duh.
nothing.
Belum selesai
Kim.
As soon
masak-masaknya.
as which should have been a
Lu
that
ada
voice seemed to
kata-kata
recognize on the way back.
yang bikin
after
orang
that,
kesel nggak?
That explains why you didn't hear the
Ada.
thud.
Because of that
Buat
problem.
apa?
That's the only way.
Buat
So,
risking ya.
there you. It was never my. But
Iya,
like I
kenapa
said,
nih?
Well, Traveler,
Lemak
decide.
nyebutnya Joki
follow your
akun
lead
sendiri
however you
loh.
choose.
Aduh, Cok.
okay.
Thanks for
Emang
giving us a
tai
The
emang.
current problem is that the skin.
Udah
if we
gue
were
bilangin
lifted
loh,
the hydro
Joki kok akun sendiri loh, matanya ya.
Masin banget Jir, pasti pakai cheat juga. Jembut banget Cok misi hariannya.
Gas Riz, kasih ke gue Riz.
Jangan Cok. Ntar pas ada spiral habis reset pakai apa Jir, susah buat full starin.
Lalu kan udah bosan katanya.
Nanti Cok kalau reset buat konten.
Gas Riz, giveaway ke aku Riz.
Both parties have returned to their position. When last we
Jimmy
left off,
juga giveaway
Mr. Lenny
PS5 ke
acknowledged
aku
the new
Jim.
evidence presented by Lady Farina as fact.
Juta subscriber.
Therefore, Lady Farina.
Ya, iya.
that at this stage, let's revisit
Gampang
that
lah.
scene from Linny's
Habis beli
perspective.
motor kan gampang itu buat beli PS5 lagi.
Saya dijual Cok matanya. Aduh, Cok. Oh ini ada silk ini Cok.
As the countdown began, when the
mau
flatbed
beli
traveled,
ini.
he did not realize that finally he used the bot at
Gua kan
this
ke
time.
bank.
So
Gua ngeliat banyak
Linny
duit di
proceeded
bank.
afterward.
Gua pengen beli banknya anjir.
And there you have it.
Does the
Gimana?
defendant's
Bikin
side
sendiri
have
Cok
key to
duitnya. Iya
refuting
bener
Lady-
banget Cok.
Yoi.
Minimal punya saham lah.
Yoi. Minimal lah beli berapa persen gitu ya nggak kan?
Ya, iya.
Kocak.
Bangun bank sendiri sih gimana ya?
according to Linny,
Bang Jimmy
Tempat gua
ya.
kayaknya yang dekat belum ada bank yang keren gitu, yang bank yang kayak di kota gitu.
Jimmy Stinky ya.
Habis itu ntar kasusnya sama kayak ini Cok, Shadow Garden. Bikin uang. Uang yang berbeda jadi Cok.
Gue pengen ini. Gue yang punya duitnya gitu. Duit lu gue yang punya gitu.
Nah ya makanya Cok.
Linny went to the room.
Ya terus enak dikit.
Linny
Itu
did
kenapa
not
ya?
take
Apeknya kok di ini Bang Jim?
Servernya burik ah.
Attention! When the countdown started, but he
Kenapa?
immediately used
Apa?
once he reached at it, the
Itu
crime
loh Njir.
scene.
Yang dulu kan
Finally,
ada
he
mode ranked 5 versus 5 itu Cok, bukan
Oh,
arena.
yang rotasi biasanya tiap update gonta-ganti itunya.
Nah ya hasilnya kan ada rankednya itu Njir. Kenapa dihilangin sama dia?
Yang
In
3
other words,
versus 3 atau
You
5.
believe
That's right!
5 versus 5, anjir.
My, if
Nggak tahu tim 3 versus 3 apa?
assuming that
Iya 3 versus 3.
that well,
Yang langsung 2 tim itu maksud lo kan?
you're saying that he wasn't.
Iya, pokoknya
Satu tim
gitulah.
lawan satu
2
tim.
tim langsung gitu dapat senjata langsung. Kan awalnya ada ininya,
Kayak Valorant itu kan modenya.
That's right. This means that
Nggak tahu
the
sih.
same clue you
To think
itu
you
seru,
use
anjir.
such lot. Well then, if it wasn't Linny who committed the crimes, then who was it?
Itu bahkan lagi questnya pakai cheat kah?
Matanya ngecit.
Pasti Bapan pernah berpikir, Cok, tak jokin akunnya pakai cheat.
Oh,
Ini aku baru dapat giveaway, Cok. Cheatnya anjing.
Halsey is the missing person.
3 hari lagi habis. Murah anjir, cheatnya, Cok. 1 bulan
The
300.000.
deceased's name is
Trot.
nanti kena ban nangis.
Udah ada yang nyoba anjir, temen yang dari komunitas, Cok.
What I
Domo
must
dia.
do next is recreate
Akun
the truth.
reroll terus di
What Cowell
report
did,
sampai
and how he
10
went
akun
from
sampai dia
would-be-
sendiri nggak di ban.
No one entered
Bahkan
or
pernah
left the opera house
dilaporin
through its-
bahkan dilaporin ke Mihoyo, tapi Mihoyonya minta
The
video
deceased's name is
kayak bukti gitu, Cok.
Halsey's clothing was in. The sound we heard may have come from.
Aku paling
Lenny
males
was not
aku
in the
nggak
tunnel at
kayak
that
milih-milih
moment.
kayak logika tai ya.
It would have been tough for both.
Parah kan.
The sound we heard may have come from. The deceased's name is Cowell.
Bapak gimana nanti kalau misalkan Genshin udah bangkrut?
Watering wave.
Bener juga.
No one entered or left. The deceased's
point,
name is.
Anjir, game juga banyak ya kan.
Nah ya.
It would have been tough for both.
Gue aja mau namatin game, nggak ada habisnya gue.
Halsey's clothing
Yang
was in the
bagus
tunnel.
dia game-gamenya.
No one entered or.
Damput. Mesti
The
salah.
sound we heard may have
Tai
come.
emang.
Halsey's clothing was in the tunnel.
Jurus saya.
What's wrong, Traveler? Are you still having trouble figuring things out?
Look, since we're at a dead end, just
Komplit
like the
apa
trick.
tuh?
Only we need.
Well, that would be nice, but the tunnel. And it's not like this is a magic
Oh,
trick where you can
perasaan.
just make a real live person.
Mau nobar katanya. Game-nya.
Ayo Jim, noper Jim.
If the defense is unable to make further effective arguments, we will move on to the next stage of the
Anime.
trial.
Nggak ada anime bagus.
Linny was not in the tunnel. The sound we heard may have come. The deceased's name is. The vase was not broken.
Shin Cetex. Oh, di sini banyak ternyata.
Lynette escaped from. If there's a.
How could a person ever be
Purina kok ngeselin ya.
Magic tricks are
Even so, the truth must be out there somewhere.
Pengen jitok
Perhaps some new line
kepalanya.
of reason. Since Cal was the deceased, but given that we aren't making.
people really do come up with all sorts of harebrained schemes when
Nevertheless, I believe that this is a reasonable request on the part of an attorney. Since the trial does indeed appear to be guards,
We are still examining the items,
Gue
but we
kayak
have
gini
already
deh.
made critical progress that we feel must be shared with everyone post-haste. We
Legit
discovered
nyawa.
several test tubes of fluid within Cowell's baggage, each labeled separately.
Kayak gini Riz.
The notebook in his backpack claims that these fluids are water from the primordial sea.
the primordial sea.
The note's contents also indicate that Cowell belonged to an
Anjir,
organization that
batuk
sells illegal
ketai.
drugs and that he had an accomplice.
Kayak gini Riz.
The notebook has many entries concerning safe usage of these fluids, in which the keyword dissolve appears many times. One of these tubes was labeled Opera Epiclese, along with yesterday's date. It is empty. The notes also state that these dissolution properties work exclusively on people from Fontaine. It's likely that Halsey was chosen as some sort of test subject. As such, we believe that the...
You've got to be kidding! It's something so ridiculous.
Wait a moment. This reminds me of a certain
Kenapa?
If people can become water, does that mean that the water tank
Lihat YouTube.
just a
Wih,
minute?
cok gege anjir.
Demoiselle, wait! What about your partner?
Let's go. Just trust me.
Order! Order!
Gege apanya
It
anjir?
is undeniable that further examination of the deceased's personal effects has yielded some surprising
lumayan,
results.
cok, itu
But we
mekanikal
cannot
lagi,
yet
cok.
verify the
Raptor,
veracity of
itu
these
kebanyakan
clues.
beli berapa itu?
Still, let us assume guards. Mr. Linney.
Of course.
112
Thank you, Your Honor.
mungkin.
Anjir, banyak
If we
duit,
uphold
cok.
this
Apa?
hypothesis,
Right! Like the
Banyak
metal
duit
hook.
apa anjir?
Think
Uang
about this.
kemarin.
Methods must have something to do with
Ya,
that.
baru kemarin, anjir. Banyak duit.
The rope that held the water tank up was...
Mekanikal kah itu?
The deceased's name is Cal.
Kalau kayak gitu mekanik.
Now it seems like the
Bukan,
hook rope
Dir.
was not meant for another
Iya, anjir.
Lynette
Bukan.
was in the magic box on stage the
Foto
entire...
anjir,
The
apa
water
kayak
from the
gitu
primordial
mekanikal.
sea...
Mekanikal kan bisa diganti, ini nggak
Lynette was
bisa.
in the magic box on...
Sama aja.
I remember there was...
Spasinya bunyi cit 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 kayak tikus.
The deceased's name is Cal.
Iya, anjir.
Spasi doang anjir.
The rope that held the water tank... The deceased's name is... Now it seems like the hook rope was not meant for another... Lynette was in the magic box.
Aduh, hipnosis clear.
Now it seems like the...
Oi, halo.
The rope that held the water...
Gimana?
Gimana apanya?
The water from the
Jadi apa
primordial...
sekarang?
Ntar anjir, misi harianku masih
I
ini, cok.
remember there
Belum tak
was...
kerjain. Memang Bang Jimmy nggak pernah main genshin lagi kah?
Sibuk
Pasti
gitu,
malas.
Ya, malas.
Gas, Jim, kasih ke gue, Jim.
The deceased's name is Cowl.
Kebalik, cok. Seharusnya akunnya Balmat sini aku kasih ke gua.
Now it seems like the hook...
Lalu aja ngeramet akun lu sendiri aja itu.
Malas anjir.
Nah makanya.
Tapi kan nek punya untuk banyak kan aku kayaknya mau aja.
Berapa juta kan akun gua?
Plan. When the magic box containing Halsey
Kayaknya
was
50.000.
lowered, the metal hook would retract
Kayaknya
gradually
sih
and pierce the balloon at the top of the
10.000.
box. When the balloon attached to the box popped, the water from the primordial seed afterward burnt.
Huh. That actually...
Oh dear. Now, it seems like his notes mention...
On that note, I shall now
Udah
invite him
bisa
on
nangis
stage to
ya.
share it with us.
Bisa lah.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Kok bisa nangis
We were
gimana?
just inspecting the luggage of the other people, and we found an ident...
What?
That can't be. Does this not, my dears? Linny did not need, having made modification, but upon his ultimately, he knocked Cowell now as much. Am I right?
We've used up all the evidence. Is this the end of the...
Oh no.
Seems I think I believe this is indeed. Now then, my good, noble Chief Justice, should we not, in your view, move...
Excuse me, everyone.
Miss, I must...
Oh, come on. Don't be hasty. I have a good I'll show you in a What?
No offense, miss.
Come on now, don't. But once everyone believes the illusion, can't magic reveal the truth? And wouldn't such a trick come on, Linny? But as the magic makers and stars of the show,
I understand.
Anjir, Nara itu butuh berapa waktu lama bahkan?
Sebulan mungkin.
Nek balapan ngerjain gitu.
Wait.
To be clear,
Nek
I
balapan
was hiking
ngerjain.
outside. I was just feeling Where should I begin? Firstly, my name isn't home. I heard that Linny. That's how I make a living. But I was no.
Hey, no wonder you look familiar. Liddy even.
Well, and I thought he even mentioned the Fortress of Meripede. So I played. I wasn't going to take that long. There was nowhere. I slipped out after.
Can a person even hide in there?
But I swear I didn't. Had I known that.
Well, that makes everything pretty clear now, doesn't it?
This time, we need to tell the.
Ternyata. Tai.
Ngeri nggak kan?
Apanya?
The strange sound. The flower vase was.
Lu ngantuk kapan? Lu ntar ketiduran lagi lah.
Bagus lah.
Lillian was afraid.
Psycho Steve CH Lunatic ID Hawo. Halo, welcome to jungle.
Lily, her panic only intense hearing the commotion. He did not know that Lilia mistakenly believed the two broke the flap with no way of escaping.
Kita kan di hutan kan.
Ya,
hidupnya
di hutan.
That she would have to.
She had already become desperately hungry by the time we were
At this point,
Welcome to the jungle, yoi. Dunia monyet
Now
ini.
then, Lady Farina, please answer the question.
What? No, I have no.
Wow.
If there are no objections, then as the Chief the actual perpetrator of the serial disappearances, with some modifications to this to cover up any evidence while committing the deed, Cowell thought of allowing the water tank to be also tampered with the rope suspending the water tank. Using the fireworks at the end of the before the water finally, he passed the prepared hook on a rope through the gap in the magic box's door. When the magic trick officially began, the box containing the woman was lowered into the tunnel, tightening the hook rope and bursting the balloon containing the water. If all had gone to plan, the young woman would be dissolved at this time. However, Lillian was not from Fontaine, and thus fled the box with a loud noise. Realizing that there was trouble, Cowell entered the tunnel and met Lillian. Thinking that the waters had not yet taken effect, he decided to proceed. However, his opponent was more capable than he thought, and he was overcome, knocked unconscious, and placed into the magic box, and thus became his own final victim. Lillian, according to her own statements, then changed clothes and hid until the performance ended, before hiding in other parts of the opera house. As for Linny, he was in the underground structures within the opera house, and was thus ignorant of these happenings. From this reconstruction of events, we can conclude that Linny, the accused, is in fact innocent. While there is much in Linny and Lillian's conduct that should still be investigated separately, this case at least can be handed over to the Oratrice to make the final decision.
Gold track.
As such, Linny and Lynette are officially declared not guilty.
Great work, partners.
Thank you all. Thank you so much.
Kenapa ya Navia kok bilangnya partner?
Next, I think we deserve an explanation, Guard Vaughn. How did you find the water from the primordial sea in Linny's baggage?
Right! Your discovery caused me to make a serious mistake, you know.
I suspect that... I'm sure you know...
Speak quickly! Unless you want to earn yourself a one-way ticket to Coupon Town.
I was just following orders. We were supposed to place...
And now that you're... Therefore you...
Yes, our boss. It can also be made. We've been in this...
Njir jadi air.
And now he can no longer...
Such ruth...
An outrage. All present, please submit to inspection immediately.
Nih Violet kayak itu Njir. Orang paling kejam Njir.
So,
yang
we're just
bener.
going back now?
Gas Riz, gajah nih Violet Riz.
That's...
Traveler, Paimon, please wait.
Kalau aku sih gajah nih Violet sih Riz.
I know you may
yang
not want to
bener.
speak to me right, but still. Let me thank you again for... I guess. I
Push
didn't
skip
approach you with any
theory
ulterior motives or
demi
ill intent.
si
I've
nih
spoke
Violet.
as for a while. That was how Father, who you
Apa
might know as...
A knave?
That's right. Back when our parents to survive, I took my
Nih
sister to my
Violet kan sama
surprise
Zhongli
before long.
sama.
So you went from...
That was how we felt, but he would constantly...
That doesn't seem...
After one term, I waited a long... The answer he gave me...
Oh no.
As far as outsiders are concerned, this is... I managed to all I saw...
So...
That's right. Father, the House of the Heart... I was hesitant, but she was also...
Oh. So that's how the...
She has gained permit...
So...
That's right.
Kok
Today's
suaranya
cases,
gemar ya?
everyone at hotel... To us orphans,
So... From small deeds like...
it's all right.
Oh
I
iya
understand.
lagunya habis sih.
The only thing I can do is relate all this to you.
Njir.
I just hope you can understand that even as a member of the house, I have never stopped making my own decisions, and that I believe what I'm doing is right.
Siapa
If
ketiduran?
you should need anything at all in the future, feel free to find...
Siapa?
Bye, Linny.
Lu ngomong apaan sih?
Gua anjir takut ketiduran, ini ngantuk parah anjir.
Kok kayak tai kucing sih ngomongnya?
Tai kucing gimana?
Itu di live chat itu tai kucing.
Cok, kucingnya Bang Jimmy udah mokat kah?
Oh anjir, masih hidup gitu.
Hey there.
Parah ya.
What was with
Udah
disappearing
mokat
out? You
ya
pulled
tuh.
right as the trial ended. Were you looking first? Well, this whole
Dikasih
thing
makan
isn't
apa?
exactly over, is it?
Ikan asin kan?
I do feel that we're getting... Huh?
Cuma kan makanan
What's wrong, my
mahal.
dear partner?
Anjir, Cok. Whiskas kah?
Jimmy pernah nyoba.
Ah, I see.
Enak jir.
Sorry.
Don't say that.
Aw, and we were having so much fun investigating with you, too.
Lebih
It was
sehat.
like having new waters
Rasa
flowing into
ikan
a
teri ya
stagnant
Jimmy.
mire. Wait.
Salmon.
Huh?
Wajir,
Well,
salmon.
I just... Anyway, it would just be a
Jadiin
meal, so it...
itu Jim, kerupuk Jim.
Oh, wonderful.
All right then.
Jadiin ini Coco Crunch.
Nah, gigi.
Let's go.
Nah ini ngapain ini kok buffering ini bangsat di asu. Ada di hijau loh bufferingnya bangsat.
Hanya pakai ikonnya.
Lu gak yang gue tancepin di tanah biar ada sinyalnya.
Bukan gitu juga konsepnya.
Alah kan pancaran di gue nggak ada.
Dicek area coverage. Area coverage-nya dicek.
Daya nggak support jir jangkauannya. Padahal berapa ratus meter gitu udah terjangkau loh. Tai emang kalau daerah sini nggak terjangkau ya.
I came here several times with my father when I was little. But oh, don't worry. In that case.
Rumah lu geser, Van.
Enggak. Kayak ada penghalang kayak gengkai gitu.
Why, of course. Go ahead. Try
Di
whatever
rumah
you like.
digeser gimana anjir?
Well, yeah. Oh,
Rumah
we called this a
digeser.
farewell meal.
Oh, true.
Ya tinggal angkat Tris. Apain ribet-ribet.
Speaking of cases,
Well, we've
Ngapain
certainly
angkat
taken a
berat
big
dia?
step forward.
Ngapain berat jir?
Right? Yet it was. In such investigations, even the smallest, to be honest, I don't have high hopes for any follow-up that the authorities. It's not that I don't have. It's easy to guard, which is exactly why the Spina. Those highfalutin. It's all right. Well, let's talk about something else. Like, what are your future plans?
that's true. We didn't.
I've heard that there's a long line.
Yeah. Guess that's.
Well,
Auto
one way would be
clicker.
to infiltrate a performance
Auto
troupe.
clicker.
Sure, Lady for
Auto clicker.
All right, I
Auto
can personally
clicker.
testify that this one works. When I'm sleeping. Valid point. You did defeat her in court, clearing citizens of her.
You mean that if we catch her while she's on, why don't we give it a try after?
Huh?
Jir, subscribe baru GG.
No, it's fine.
Si Seiko Stephen CH.
Fonta anyway.
Is that so? If we're all finished eating.
Yeah.
Welcome, Van.
Ya, dia subnya 160. Main game FF
Paimon can barely float
COC.
anymore.
Terus apa lagi ini dia?
Pas mabar, Van.
Apanya yang di mabar?
Gamenya.
Emang ada game mabar?
That would be so. Hey, Navia, what are you doing?
Nothing. It was just a meal.
Let's get ready to try to
Navia itu kenapa ya? Kok orang penampilan kayak berduit tapi nggak punya duit?
Well, if you do encounter any other trouble in Fontaine, you're always welcome. In any case.
Kenapa itu?
Biar temannya nggak pada minjem, kan? Biar temannya nggak minjem.
Pinjam dulu 100.
Gue nggak mau dipinjemin, kan?
Lu kah? Mau kah? Mana anjir?
Habis gua, Van.
Alah anjir.
Masih banyak bahasnya.
Buat
Tapi-
sedih bunder anjir.
Tapi
Gedung opera bangke di sana bangke.
crazy makan. Crazy.
Kaisen.
Crazy.
Kaisen. Jim Chris King katanya mau jadi itu Jim, data analisis Jim.
GG.
Gas Riz. Riz.
There aren't many people
Chris.
around anymore. Looks like
Riz King.
Cari
Looks
aja
like we're back here
tutorialnya.
again, huh?
Tutorialnya di YouTube.
Are you here?
Cara menjadi data analis gitu.
Hey,
Siapa tahu cocok.
huh?
Makanya
Hey, traveler, stop walking.
biar bisa beli PC lagi yang dewa, terus PS6, terus HP ROG 100,
iPhone 20.
iPhone itu
You seem to be someone else. My
iPhone
memories
69.
How many things that I
punya
once
kijel
held
di
dear,
mana-mana.
that is what I was like. I do not know how I came to be like this
Mobil
either.
Lamborghini.
Ya,
No matter where.
Ferrari.
ini Rizky ketiduran ya, bangga.
If you meet Russian,
Nggak ada orangnya.
Hah?
perhaps that is
Cabut.
so.
Oh cabut,
I was
bangga.
submerged in the waters, losing consciousness. I saw
Di
that
itu
shape
dia
of
nggak
the
ada ya.
surface.
Offline dia.
His eyes were filled with such sorrow,
Iya
such
offline.
longing. If only I could have comforted him, told him that I did not suffer. Indeed, I had felt a great warmth.
Haiko.
Gue kok nggak ada notifnya itu ya, suaranya itu ya, Discord ya.
Kalau live biasanya gitu ada biru-birunya yang di Discord. Lo disable aja.
Biru-biru mana?
Bukan
Di atas
Discord,
itu
di
kah?
atas ya.
Di snable ini kah?
Ya tapi ntar jadi berisik. Tuh kayak gitu biar nggak berisik live.
Oh.
Kalau ada orang keluar masuk gitu.
Makanya kok
Senang kayak gitu.
enggak kayak biasanya juga nggak ada suaranya.
Itu
Is
disable
that
aja.
what you
ntar
call it?
muncul
It was
gitu.
a state. I could also like
Yeah.
being a
Biar nggak
thirsty
berisik, ya.
person who drinks water for the first time. I think I hear your companion. Farewell then.
Biasanya gue itu loh apa namanya? Apa sih? Biasanya gue masuk angin tuh, tapi enggak ya. Sampai jam sekarang, jam 2 aja.
Ngapain masuk angin kan?
Ya ini kan ada kipas di depanku.
Dear God, it's a whole army of Gardamex.
Jangan dimasukin lah anginnya.
Ya, makan angin.
Chlorand?
Anjir, klorin DGG anjir. Waifu baru Riz. Kok Riz Jim.
Kenapa?
Klorin deh. Ya, iya.
Males anjir. Males.
Suara lu nggak kedengeran Jir. Gamenya terlalu besar. Padahal udah gue kecilin tuh. Jir. Itu apa? Cemitinya Klorinde sampai rasanya anjir gue udah gak kuat gitu nariknya.
But before I do so, could you explain how you managed to show
Dim.
up here?
Mau lepas kah?
Iyo,
I believe that following someone without their knowledge.
Mr. Callus's last wish was for me to ensure your safety.
Do not speak.
Sorry, demoiselle.
Thank you for your...
Sorry,
Whatever.
I doubt I know much. Your performance tonight.
And what?
None of these mecha. I can only conclude.
What?
Ini
Your-
kalau
yes.
akun kedua sih
I will
nggak
continue.
tahu sih. Aku pengen gacanai village juga, tapi nanti kalau ada songli mokat gue anjir.
Right. I suppose that's the best news we've gotten today.
Demoiselle, I believe that Miss Chlorand was being sincere with you. If we tried, we could attempt to thaw relations a little.
I know, I just... She's...
Oh, thank goodness! I thought we were done.
Lu ketiduran kan Jim?
Came out of nowhere. Oh, and there was
Enggak.
that champion duelist named Chlorand.
Ngapain lu?
Oh, come now.
Gue mau ngerjain
As
gitu.
such, we're still
Ngerjain
partners.
apa?
It will take
If it were me,
PR.
Actually, Nadia.
PR sekolah apa?
Well, to be honest, yes. After we parted with that, the Fanta tasted kind of salty and icky. Fanta only
PR
comes
sekolah.
Fanta had been spiked with what?
Yes.
Spina di Rosso.
Really?
I sent people to Hotel de Bord. That's when I
Gue
figured out
sebenarnya
you
pengen
liked.
bikin karakter lagi loh.
did foil a plan
Ada
they
orang
were
lain
probably
itu
pretty
gitu,
proud of.
biar
And almost
suaranya
got their name in the
masuk gitu.
process. Speaking of which,
Tapi agak susah.
Can't be. Oh, and this time Paimon heard it too. Does that mean
that doesn't sound like too much
Alien
of a
aja
bad
kan kayak
thing,
gue,
to be
alien joget.
honest.
new intel?
Apa anjir?
Well, let's hear it, shall we? Oh,
Gimana? GG kan?
Nggak
Vache.
gigi dia.
Since he saw that, but he never gave testimony or any information. Yes, thank you. This is very important. Oh, you mean?
Well, you did say. And besides, we're in this now whether we.
Demoiselle, do try not to look quite.
You talk too much. We also have some plans to go.
Don't worry, you two.
Tapi menurut lu ide kayak risking kayak gini itu bagus nggak sih, Tim?
Judulnya kan? Layoutnya. Stream lu kan? Bagus kok. Kayak streamer niat gitu.
Tapi kayak ada yang kurang sih. Apa ya?
Apa anjir, nggak ada. Lihat punya gua tuh, tuh lihat.
Ada yang kurang, Jim.
Punya gua aja bodo amat anjir.
Ada yang kurang, Jim.
Kurang
Ya.
apa? Kurang bersyukur.
Bukan kurang sponsor.
It's right up ahead, but let's make.
I've been keeping watch, Demoiselle. I haven't spotted it.
Very good.
Donasi kan udah sponsor
Thank you,
terus sama aja.
Now,
Iya.
Yang sponsorin lo ya.
Oke. Anjir, Nahida cerot aja ya. Bangke.
Lah ada ini nggak Van yang ranking gitu?
Ranking apa?
Yang ranking nomor 1 gitu yang donasinya.
Gak ada. Leaderboard kah?
Itu kalau lu mau gas aja.
Terlalu penuh. Kan gak ada tempat. Ya kalau mau di atas kepalaku. Di atas kepala karakterku maksudnya.
Gas.
Aida terlalu lambat ya. Melus itu siapa sih? Melus.
So, this is
Your accommodations have been arranged.
after all, we don't elect.
Seems like it's tough. To your father.
Demoiselle, if you'll allow me.
No. My father's name is Callus. 3 years ago. Oh no. But I do not at the time. But strangely, that even after being seriously injured, to the point where he could be deemed as having lost the duel,
Live kayak gini lumayan sih, Jim.
determined to die in the arena.
Total
3 years later,
keseluruhan.
I still don't understand why he did that. How could he protect his
Gimana?
honor if he's dead?
Bentar.
If anything, he gave up his chance to defend himself.
Total keseluruhan itu
The closest
148.
piece of info I have is that my father had been investigating the serial disappearances case at the time of
Kalau
his death.
yang kemarin itu pertama kali 93.
To the bottom of that case.
Gitu sih.
That's
Kalau
right.
biasanya
Also
naik
tried to investigate the murder my father was implicated
jadi
in.
248.
I haven't found a single new clue in my
Sebelumnya
countless
kan
reviews of the
22 kan
investigation
aku.
records.
22, 23.
I believe that if the murder case is
Okay,
related
sih.
to those behind the disappearances, They must know something. I must know what really happened.
Ini kalau
Was my
gue
father coerced?
kalau live
Framed?
biasanya ya
Even if he really did
11,
kill his
14,
friend, I must
28,
get to the truth.
23, 40.
If only he'd been more open with me when he was still alive. He even hid the fact that my mother died due to complications when giving birth to me. And now, here I
Padahal
am
nggak ada
investigating his
embel-embel
death.
kayak apa live streaming atau apa gitu.
Demoiselle.
Aku cuma apa pakai foto karakter apa gitu. Itu doang.
Gue juga pengennya gitu sih, pakai alien aja gitu.
No. Perhaps people love
Nggak terlalu polos sih.
Ya ntar gue tambahin yang lain gitu. Aliennya gue tambahin jadi 10 gitu kayak.
Don't worry, Navia.
Afterward, Miss Cloran told us that, yes, that is our...
All right. Anyway, that's the information thanks.
Tapi kalau lu pakai apa?
Please,
Thumbnail
relax and
yang
get some sleep. We will ensure you rest sound.
itu loh. Anime yang di komik itu loh, menarik sih itu sih.
Komik yang kayak gimana?
Kayak Naruto atau apa sih itu? Lupa gue. Lu kayaknya pernah deh.
Oh, yang waktu gue live Naruto.
Mungkin kayaknya sih Genshin kayaknya.
I sent them back to Poisson.
Kayak gimana?
It's Spina de Rosula's place of origin.
Gets the feeling that you're just trying to get them off.
Masa lu lupa juga anjir?
Anjir, gue aja nggak mudeng maksudnya.
Never mind that. When did you get
Thumbnail komik gitu loh. Komiknya kayak komik Naruto
No, I
atau
just
apa
returned after
gitu.
going out for a while. I did some investigating yesterday
komik sih?
regarding the name Vache.
Ah, yang hitam putih itu maksud lo?
Iya.
Yang dulu banget gitu.
How could I after having
Iya.
such critical new evidence appear?
Maksud gue ya kayak gitu, bagus sih.
Prima wasn't speaking for everyone just now,
Iya sih,
huh?
gue juga suka sih gitu.
Unfortunately, this name seems to have been wiped from existence. It doesn't seem to have a match anywhere. I suspect that those behind this have already taken steps to hinder an investigation from this angle. But that does prove... No. There is one ray of hope. One place in Fontaine that they would find almost impossible to threaten, no matter how much they wanted to. And that is the archives kept by Chief Justice Neuvillette. A place where detailed files on all the cases in recent years are kept. If the Oceanette you met is one of the young women who went missing recently, we should be able to find some related information there.
So Neuvillette maintains an archive of case files? Whew. Guess that's the hard-working Chief Justice for you. In that case, let's go talk to him, shall we? Aren't you coming along, Navia? Did you get tired?
No, it's nothing. Let's go see the Honorable Chief Justice.
Live 24 jam. 47N. Anjir.
Enggak sih, Van. 30 jam.
Oke.
Inactivity serves no purpose whatsoever.
Adventuring underground is way more fun than I thought.
Lu udah tamat gak sih main itu? Apa ini? Red Dead.
Red Dead Redemption dulu tamat.
Tamat. Kayak GTA ya kan?
Ya, tapi zaman dulu gitu.
The
Bagus
world
tuh.
remains constant over
Pakai
the
kuda
centuries.
gitu. Enak.
But human life is like the dew at dawn, or a bubble rising through water. Transitory.
Duel Master Apex GG. Ini pas live di itu pinggir jalan.
All the world holds dear is but a backdrop of constant motion. I stand before it.
Lu
alone
selfie
and
gak sih di
unchanging.
warnet?
Iya.
Eko buah GG. Ini di mana ini? Oh, di atas.
The palais is right up ahead. Come on.
Minggir. Anjir. Terobos saja lah, anjing lah. Anjir, kata-kata itu terngiang-ngiang ya.
Halt! Please state your business here. The chief just. This place does.
Hey, don't you recognize us?
Huh? Who are you? Just to be clear, I don't care who you are or who you might be related to. Our rules.
See? They've got great discipline too.
Yep, yep. If you're here just to crack jokes, I can point you towards the exit. Unlike.
No. What I meant to say is, shouldn't you remember us from a few days ago? We were at the trial of the great magician Linny.
Oh, yes, I remember. I read about it in the Steambird. You must be Linny's attorneys. It's all coming back.
We're here today to report and archive some information on a follow-up case.
Huh. Is that even a thing?
Of course. Don't worry. We're here on official business.
All right then, I'll let you through. The chief.
Thanks so much.
Iya Jim, ternyata tergantung dari sinyal sih.
Please come in.
Itu apa, live streaming kayak short kayak gini kan resolusinya nggak bisa diatur di itu yang lihat itu, tapi kalau pengen bagus jaringan harus bagus.
It's all right.
We're looking for a man called.
I see.
Who knew that Neuvillette would be so easy to talk to?
Ya udah berapa jam Jir? Hampir 2 jam Jir. GG.
Unfortunately, I'm quite certain there are no records of him either in the
Traveler?
Is that so?
Katanya Rizky mau apa?
Mana?
Lah ya,
Miss
kok
Naya,
kabur?
I can understand how your father Cal.
And what? Are you trying to No. You are not trying to do any of that. I can hear it in your voice. It's just like last time. You even told me that in your eyes, the valve, if you truly why didn't you
Ini
give me the
padahal
power
belum
to
di
stop
penjara
him from
Jir.
throwing
Jir
his
mau
everything
males aku kalau
was
udah di
hanging on.
penjara.
There are still if you really have no heart, then just
Di
look me in
penjara
the
kayak
eyes.
tai sama kayak itu di apa
It's not so much that
Semeru.
In any case, my apologies
Kayak
for taking my
Aranara
emotions out on you, Monsieur Chief Justice. Let's go, Traveler and Paimon.
mengulangi kejadian yang sama. Males. Apa namanya Jim? Deja vu ya?
Yoi, deja vu.
Navia, are you okay?
I'm fine.
Menangis.
Wasn't it? Now that I think of it, on the day my father was convicted of.
What is it? Did you think of something?
Yeah, he was outside. It was uncovered. That thought has occurred to us before. We've even expanded the search area to try to account for that, but didn't find anything of value. Oh? Wait.
So you're saying that, yeah.
I really think... All right.
Yeah, we're gonna...
Do you want to go with me now?
Okay.
Great.
Whoa, what a huge...
There's no need. My father was the one. A gigantic and glamorous ship embodies discovery, opportunity, ambition, and conquest. It symbolizes Spina di Rosula's bright and limitless...
And Paimon thought you were bluffing when you said Paimon was confused by it. But now that Paimon has seen this ship for...
Well, pues some...
Yep. They might have it good.
Maloose, we're back.
Apologies for the wait. You said before that you still had...
You still remember?
Yes, the case was quite similar to...
Could you tell us a bit more about what happened before?
Yeah, of course. Many years ago, something called synth began to gain popularity in Poisson. At a glance, it was a kind of drink that could excite your mood and produce many pleasant hallucinations.
Wait! Didn't that guard guy who turned into water also mention that the primordial water could be used to produce some kind of potion?
Yes, he did. Considering what we know now, it's almost certain that synth is created using water from the primordial sea. If you drink synth for an extended amount of time, you'll suffer many side effects, such as losing the ability to focus or control your emotions. And if you were to stop drinking it completely, you'll experience flashes of paranoia and anxiety while lacking energy to do anything. It's an extremely dangerous substance. As he oversaw Poisson, my father was compelled to put a stop to synth abuse and called for a complete ban of it.
Boss's uncompromising attitude incurred the synth vendor's wrath, but no matter how much they threatened or bribed him, he refused to yield. Not only that, Boss became determined to find the mastermind behind the synth operation.
Yes, recognizing that, the man's name was Jacques. He felt greatly ashamed about his work after seeing many families destroyed by synth abuse. That night, my father hosted a banquet at his countryside estate, but then... Sounds just like Lynn. Looking back on it, though, I know precisely. But, considering it now, it's almost certain that you're right.
Jacques was an empath. I think this. On that note, however, our opponent, even though Spina de Ro, there is no need.
If that's indeed what he wished for, was I not the closest person to him? What was the point of him dying without sharing any of the secrets he knew? Synth is still here. Callus the Unfaithful. Did he think I've never accepted that. I want to find
Navia.
This is indeed.
So you do know something else, Maloose?
Yes, I do. But what drove?
What?
And the serial 5 years knowing all of this. But as long as if something were to happen.
Right. So.
As we've seen, bosses.
No. I don't believe it. He never appeared.
No father wants their daughter to see them weak and haggard. Especially someone as proud as Boss. To him, dying in a duel and suffering lasting dishonor as...
So he chose...
I'm afraid you're not understanding this. If bosses speak, I'm sure he'd...
No. Is that the amount of confidence he had in me? And what if I was never able to make it to where I am now? Yeah. I suppose, but thankfully, he rarely talked to me about complex matters, and thus understood little of me as a person. Huh. Malus, what was the key evidence that he...
It's the locate when he was threatened. But if you want...
Why? If we know where the...
You mustn't forget that we're fighting again. There's no telling, but a single... The worst case...
Then, in that...
Well, you saw one of...
Huh. But things are...
You sound like you've put a lot of thought...
I am the butler. I've always been willing to take on any kind of risk.
Thank you for all of that, Malus.
Let me think. When I announced all... If the vendors did... After several rounds... The first is...
Huh?
Yes, surprise. Thanks to his... There's someone else like him, too. Marcel.
Uncle Marcel.
It's a guild in Poisson. In the beginning, they...
So, there...
Yes, it's a bit difficult.
The final suspect is Thierry, the man responsible for coordinating information. Although the guards, since Thierry...
I see. To think that the...
If you want to invent...
Of course.
You're too kind, And before I forget, proving boss after that incident, if it might help.
Aw, thank you so...
A new case awaits, my dear partner. I hope we can work...
Oke, live-nya sampai sini aja. See you later. Bye bye.